Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My apology for taking a bit of time. I've started the Zoom, the Facebook Live on the wrong platform, so please accept my apology. Welcome to this call. My name is Daniel van Zyl, and it's my privilege to host you tonight on Zoom, and I trust that I will do a better job of this for the rest of the evening. But yeah, it is fun. Welcome in 2022. And just tap yourself on the shoulder and say, you know what, buddy, you've made it. Yes, we are in 2022 already, and the market is doing its own thing, and it's all fun and games. And tonight in Crypto Talk, we talk about preparation for trading crypto in 2022 with a special guest, Brenton Nike, BD, Business Development Manager for Binance South Africa. And we look forward to get to Brenton a bit later. But let's just go and say hello to everybody and say welcome. It is an amazing time in crypto. I see Amandla, Bontle, Edmund, Ed, good evening, Ed, Franz, Frikkie, Heinrich, Johan, Lee. Hello, Lee. I see that you're on twice. Vincent and William. Welcome, everybody. I just greeted a few of you. I didn't greet everybody. So if I missed your name, I apologize for that. But welcome to this call. And it is an interesting time, and let's wish each other a very good 2022 with green candles. And this is a year that you and I will have to get close to the community. This is a year where we will have to log into this community. We already seen that the crypto market is not behaving like we used to. Whom of you feel that the crypto market is still behaving exactly than it done last year and like we used to? No, it's not. It's doing different things. And this is why we have this community, and this is why we serve this community from the Crypto School. But enough about me. Allow me to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. And it's a guy that on this show doesn't need a lot to be said about him. Our special guest tonight, and thank you for being our special guest again, Brenton Nike. As I said earlier, the Business Development Manager for Binance South Africa. And Brenton, it's always a privilege to have you on the call. At the Crypto School, we are seriously associated with Binance. And I'll go to the webpage a bit later and just say one or two things about that. But at the Crypto School, most, if not everyone on the call has got a Binance wallet and trading on Binance. And we are helping and assisting a community. And Binance is our preferred trading platform in which we trade our crypto, but long and behold, it's not our trading platform only anymore. There's a load of stuff that we can do on Binance apart from trading. So, but without further ado, allow me to introduce you to Brenton. Thank you, buddy. Welcome.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Sorry, I was just telling the team behind the scenes just before this, I'm just recovering from some flu. So if it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't have been here today, but how could I have not accepted this invitation to come and be back at the Crypto School? Like you said, a lot of your OG members will probably remember me. I've been around quite a bit here. And I think it's the perfect time to kick off the Crypto School's first session of 2022. And it's really about preparing yourself for 2022 in your crypto journey. I'm not going to be able to shove everything that we have to offer down your throat, but you're definitely going to be seeing a lot more of me featuring on our Academy Mondays. You're going to see a lot more crypto being given away, but let's get on to the order of the day. So we all saw Bitcoin, which was below 40K in the next week or two. They probably would have said absolutely no way. But now that we are where we are, we've seen.
Brenton, I don't know if it's just me, but I'm losing you at some point. Jason, can you see him perfectly? Cool. I thought that we lost him. Cool. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We will most probably, Brenton will get back on the call just now. Marius, please just shout at me when Brenton enters the room so that I can make him go. Oh, Brenton, you are still in the room. Cool. I thought we lost you there for a moment. Sorry, buddy.
Yes, sorry, horrid connection. So yeah, getting back to it, I was saying, I think it's the perfect opportunity for us to be speaking to getting your mind straight for 2022, setting yourself up for success this year in your crypto journey. And it's important to always be willing to change your strategy, to look at different products, different opportunities, because I was just saying, even if you ask some of our expert analysts backstage, who you're going to be hearing from in a bit, would we see Bitcoin dip below 40K in the next week or two? I don't know how good my analysis is, but I would have definitely said, I definitely don't think so. But lo and behold, here we are. The amazing thing about crypto is there's always opportunity. And I think that takes me to one of the things I wanted to talk about today. Binance has seen amazing growth over the last year. I think CZ tweeted a month or two ago, we have about 67% of the global market share at the moment. And every time I've been here, I've been speaking about exciting things we're doing over in Kenya or somewhere else we're going. I really feel that this year it's all about showing some love to the South African community. All of those little frictions that you guys saw previously, I promise you the end is near on those. And just in terms of, I think the simplest one is a lot of people want to know, how do I get my money in and out of Binance? Because a lot of the time people are going onto Luno, they're buying Ripple, sending the Ripple to Binance, converting it back to stablecoin. Other people are just buying USDT and paying the ETH gas fees. But there is actually a much simpler way that we've set up for now. Like I said, a lot of those issues will be solved. Is we've gone out into the market, places like local Bitcoin, like Paxful, like some of the other local exchanges. And we've sourced a whole bunch of liquidity providers that are now verified traders on our peer-to-peer trading platform. So if you go to Binance P2P and you look for all of the people there with yellow ticks next to their name. In fact, there's even a filter right there at the top where you can go only show merchant ads. So all of these merchants are people, like I said, other local exchanges, some of top tier traders and liquidity providers from Paxful, etc. And we've got their ID, their proof of address, we've got security deposits, etc., etc. And they're basically there to provide USDT liquidity for all of you guys that want to get your money onto Binance and get your money off. So cutting out all the financial capital market terms, liquidity, etc. If you now decide that this dip is amazing, which I hope you do, but this is not financial advice, and you want to buy this dip, instead of going the whole round route, you could just go onto Binance, go to P2P, your currency will automatically be on ZAR. If it's not, just change it to ZAR, and find one of those verified merchants. You can choose whichever one you want, and you'll see the price will be very close to what it is on Luno and Valor, for example, for USDT. Maybe 5 cents, 10 cents difference per dollar. And you can literally go and buy 500 Rand worth of USDT, 5,000 Rand worth of USDT. And the beautiful thing is it's zero fees and it's completely instant. So you don't have to make a deposit, wait for the deposit to clear at the exchange, buy the crypto, send it across. Literally, when you click, I want to buy, you do the EFT, that you obviously do pay and clear unless it's the same bank, and then that person releases it. So if you decide at 8:15 you want to buy the dip on Binance with your ZAR, by 8:30 your funds could be in your Binance account. And instead of getting ZAR, obviously you'll now just have stablecoin, USDT. And with that, you can go and buy Bitcoin, you can buy Ethereum, you can buy Cardano, Luna, the list goes on and on. We've solved one of the biggest roadblocks. And in the same, when you buy these altcoins and they pump, I'm sure you're hopefully going to be taking some profits. You just sell the altcoin to USDT and you go and sell the USDT to one of these merchants. And they will pay you directly into your ABSA, Standard Bank, FNB bank account, PayPal if you want, whatever it may be. So getting money in and out of Binance right now at this very moment is no longer an issue. And there'll be a lot more of us engaging with the community in places like the crypto school. We're actually going to have a number of AMAs on Twitter. We're going to start having walkthroughs, live walkthroughs weekly for all of our new users. And if you guys have any questions, you can literally push them through to Daniel, Marius, and the team, and we'll be chatting on a regular basis as well. So I'm very excited to get you all set up for your 2022 crypto journey. I don't want to get everyone too excited, but all of the things I look at say it should be a very big year for crypto, and especially with the crypto school and now Binance South Africa in your corner, I think you are definitely setting yourselves up very well for success. So Daniel, that's it from me. Maybe if we have a few questions from the audience.
Cool. Thank you, Brenton. And allow me to, I've allowed the microphones to be open. If there's anyone on this call that would like to ask Brenton a Binance specific question, but not a question with detail to your own trades, but with regards to any question that will be beneficial to the community. If it's a portfolio specific question, you can forward it to me and Marius, and we'll make sure that Brenton will answer that. But I've allowed you to unmute anyone on the call that's on the Zoom. You are welcome to unmute and ask your question. And Amandla, I see that you've unmuted.
Oh, compliments of the new season, everyone.
Thank you, Amandla.
Thanks, Danny.
Thank you, brother.
And thanks, Brenton. Just my question regarding the money that one transfers maybe to Binance from altcoin trader, where one has made a mistake, maybe with this, what do you call this? Buy chain? Yeah, there are two options. That money, because I've tried to trace the money from coin market cap and all that failed. Where does that money end up to?
So I think it all depends on the specifics of what happened. So maybe if one of the letters or something in the address was wrong, then obviously the money is just irrecoverable. If you, for example, tried to withdraw on the Binance Smart Chain, if it was to your Binance Smart Chain address on Binance, should be no issue. That should have showed up on your Binance account. You can flag that with CS, but I'm assuming from what I've heard that that's probably not the issue. It seems a common issue that we have, which is a network mix-up. So for example, sometimes people will select Binance Smart Chain or, for example, just because they can see that the fee is cheaper there, but they don't realize that where they're actually withdrawing to is not an address that supports that network. So in that case, it depends who owns the address that it landed up in. So for example, sometimes people would draw stuff from Binance to their ETH addresses on altcoin trader and Luno, but they select the Binance Smart Chain option. So there it doesn't support Binance Smart Chain infrastructure, so they can't recover it for you. A lot of our users have tried to reach out to them about that. If it's the other way around, so for example, you sent something to Binance on the wrong network, but the Binance Smart Chain network is the network that it ended up on. If Binance if Binance owns that address, even if it's the wrong address that you sent it to, if we own it, there's a specific process. So just open it up with customer service. It's called a fund recovery process. So it's a user mistake, but because we own that address, like our product and our technical team will actually go, it takes quite a while, and they'll go and retrieve those funds for you. They do charge you a tiny fee because it takes a really long time. But if that's the case, then the funds are recoverable. All you need to do is just open a chat with the live chat on Binance, bottom right, let them know the issue, tell them you withdrew to the wrong address or the wrong network, and you're trying to recover the funds on the Binance Smart Chain.
Cool. Thank you, Brenton. I think that was a good answer. And Amandla, if you don't come right, please reach out to me. I'll assist you. And if I understood you correctly, you were drawn from altcoin trader to Binance. It's a really a small issue. We will be able to assist you with that one, most probably. Michael?
Dogecoin to the moon. Just a quick one. I've been in this for 5 years. So what I do is when I cash out, let's say my ex send money from USDT to another account. So I prepare, everyone's buying now. So I do the opposite of every back, and I'm like, what these guys doing? But anyway, that's just my two.
Like you said, I definitely know you've been in the market for a while. Like I said, familiar name across all of those different groups. But yeah, David, thank you for that, Michael. Thank you for that.
Cool. Thank you, Brenton. Anyone else still with a question to Binance? You have Binance on the call. Everyone always wants to talk to Binance. When I get a phone call from someone, they want to talk to Binance, and you have the opportunity. Andre, I see that.
Yeah, so just a question. Are you guys looking into getting the futures back on Binance, or is that out for South Africa?
Brenton, I told you the difficult questions will come as well.
Oh, you know what? I was actually just thinking, can't believe we got through the session without that question. So nice one, Andre. I can promise you that we are working on it. It's not a lost cause, something that we've just left. It's not a difficult situation. It's just an odd situation in that there's this little gray area in between. So we're actively engaging with the regulators to understand exactly what it is they need, etc. So that's the long answer. The short answer is we're working on it. It's not a lost cause. Should be back, but it's a little bit hard for me to give you an ETA.
Okay, cool.
Cool. Thank you, Brenton. Last week when we set up the school, that was one of the things that we said, if no one asks it, we will prompt it. So thank you. Brenton, last comments from you. We will excuse you. We know that you have many other calls to go to. Thank you for visiting us tonight, but last comments from you.
Firstly, thank you for having me once again. I hope this is a good start to your crypto year, or at least made it a little bit better after those charts. And I'll hopefully, if the team will have me and a couple of my other angels will be regular features here. Like I said, we plan to do a lot of really cool stuff, not this year, like it's a big, long thing away, literally from February, March, obviously Omicron behaving, we can start doing some really cool things. I would love to have a physical event out there in Pretoria with the TCS team. For all of you out there in Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, same story. So keep an eye out for Binance South Africa. We'll be doing a lot of cool giveaways this year on our social pages, and not just crypto. You can win things like iPhones. We'll be partnering with a lot of cool people. So yeah, very exciting and fun time, I think, for South Africans in the crypto world this year.
Oh, thank you, Brenton. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your time. And ladies and gentlemen, there you had it from the horse's mouth. Binance is working on everything that was taken away or off the system for South Africans. And we will follow this. Brenton, you're always welcome. When you receive any news, and you need a platform to break that news, you know that the Crypto Talk on a Monday evening, you're always welcome. And thank you for what Binance is doing for crypto in South Africa. Have a good one.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me, team.
You're welcome to stay or to leave. I know you have another call, but let's continue. Thank you, Brenton. Ladies and gentlemen, let's continue this evening. And thank you for those that interacted with Brenton. I've closed the mics again. You should not be able to unmute. But now we go to the next part of this evening. And this is the next level exciting part for me. The first part was to have Binance on the call and to start the year off. How cool is that? To have Binance on the call, first call for the year. And we are so spoiled at the crypto school. But let's go to the second, just as high anticipation for every one of you on this call. And that is, how do I prepare? How do I prepare with crypto for my crypto trading in 2022? And what do I do? How do I go about this? And we have none other than Jason Ashington, our subject matter expert on crypto trading at the crypto school, on the call. And without further ado, Jason, please talk to us, buddy.
Evening, everybody, and Happy New Year. I hope 2022 is going to be a great year for everybody. And it's so nice to see so many people on the call tonight, the first call of the year. Since the last time we spoke, I think it was the beginning of December, crypto has really lived up to its name of being an emotional roller coaster, where at that Bitcoin was in a downtrend. We had a Christmas rally that went up again till around about the beginning of January. And since the beginning of January, we've had a sharp drop off. So that roller coaster continues. And I think we're going to carry on with that roller coaster in the remainder of this year. But what I've got here is I'm going to go through a small presentation PowerPoint. And on the PowerPoint, I've just got some points there, what has transpired in 2021 and what I personally foresee that's going to happen in 2022. It's not financial advice. I'm just sharing what I think would take place. So I'm going to share my PowerPoint. Tell me if you can see the PowerPoint.
You can see it.
Awesome. So let's reflect on 2021. So stock markets around the world hit all-time highs, and that was fueled by the Fed, where they kept the economies going. They continue to pump money into the economy. We have seen the economies falling, dropping, and we've seen job losses and businesses, small businesses closing. But the Fed has continued to pump money into the economy to try and keep it up. We've seen massive job losses, and they've actually escalated in the last couple of months. We've seen the fuel price rise from a minus $37 in 2020, I think it was June, to right up to about $85. Now, there's no reason for fuel price to be where it is in the current economy. The experts are saying that the fuel price, the oil price, should be really at $20 and not at $85. So we know that fuel is the lifeblood of the economy and the markets, and they are doing everything in their power to keep the fuel price high. Now, that is causing inflation to increase dramatically. And it's got to a situation now where the Fed is starting to put on some of the brakes, but I'll talk about that now. We also saw the US dollar gain strength in the second half of the year, and also started putting pressure onto the crypto markets. So in crypto, the year started with the Bitcoin price around $28,000. And if you can remember, in November 2020, we had a massive, what can I say, a massive adoption by institutions in Bitcoin. And that pushed Bitcoin from roughly around $10,000 in November to $28,000 at the beginning of January last year. And it hit an all-time high of $68,000 in November last year. The crypto market was very volatile last year. And that was really due to what was happening in the stock market. We found that the crypto market is now very, very correlated to the stock market. New projects have been launched on an ongoing basis. The crypto space has changed a lot last year, and we saw a lot of new innovation coming through. Institution adoption increased dramatically. We've seen large companies, especially in the United States, buying Bitcoin on an ongoing basis. Not all coins increased in price last year, funny enough. We've seen a lot of phases that we went through where certain coins moved, whereas other coins lagged. We've seen especially of the so-called 2017 coins lagging in price. The expected blow-off top in this 4-year crypto cycle did not materialize. There was an expectation that we would have a blow-off top like we had in 2017 towards the end of last year, which did not materialize. And that put a bit of a sour taste, I think, in the market, especially for the retail that was expecting Bitcoin to go over $100,000, which obviously didn't happen. So let's look ahead into 2022. So as I say, the Fed has recognized that the markets have become overheated, and with inflation levels that now need to be controlled. But the debt market will carry on growing, but maybe not at the same rate as last year. So the Fed has said that they will carry on with assisting the economies, but maybe not at the same level. But at the same time, they need to control inflation possibly through interest rates. There's also been an announcement by influential people of an imminent crash in the stock market, and that has caused a lot of nervousness and fear. And that is obviously spilling over to the crypto market too. As I said, the crypto market has become very correlated with the stock market. Due to the above, I expect a lot of volatility this year, and I think it will actually be more volatility this year than last year. But needless to say, there's still opportunity if we look at the markets with the volatility. So the fundamentals in the crypto space will carry on with this trend. We've seen massive adoption and new projects coming on board. And this will carry on. The trend will carry on as the mainstream adoption takes off. Institutional interest in the crypto space will also increase. And we do not expect all coins to move or even move at the same. If we can reflect on 2017, we saw that most coins moved at the same time. We did have altcoin season where Bitcoin would stagnate and alternative coins would move. And then we would find that the altcoins would stagnate and then Bitcoin will move. But that has now seemed to have changed, where not all coins move at the same time. Expect wild swings in the fear and greed index, and we'll be having a look at the fear and greed index now. My personal view is that we're highly unlikely to have a blow-off phase this year. And the reason for that, as I say, I expect volatility, wild swings. So strategies and pointers for 2022. We need to trade what the market gives us. We need to adapt to what the market gives us and become more flexible when we strategize. So what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people out there that are still trying to have a strategy like we had in 2017, where you have a whole basket of coins, say 10, 15, 20 coins, and the expectation for all those coins to move up. As I say, this doesn't take place right now. So we need to change our strategy. Volatility is important. Volatility is opportunity, but does require skill. So what I mean by that is that one needs to know when to actually come into the market and when to exit the market. So it does require a bit of skill. With the increase in volatility, risk levels need to be adjusted. If we find that your stop loss, for example, is only at a 25% or a 30%, that sort of risk needs to be now reviewed and maybe brought up to a smaller percentage, say a 15%, for example. The other thing that I've got here is that the number of coins that are traded need to be reduced. There's no way that you can actually manage a whole basket of coins in a market like this. You need to have a manageable size of number of coins that you can manage on an ongoing basis. My suggestion is to invest in coins that are of good quality and are moving in price. Right now, those are the sort of layer ones. We have got higher risk coins that have been moving towards the end of last year, like the metaverse and the gaming coins. And the expectation is for those coins at some stage this year to also start moving. Just remember, guys, that as I said, institutions are now in this space. We are only a $2 trillion market cap, and the institutions can move this market quite easily. They do want our money, and we need to think like them, and we need to try and learn to trade. The important thing here is to buy the red and sell the green. So my advice is to try and control emotions, is to plan ahead and stick to your plan. Your plan cannot be in your head. Your plan needs to be a written plan, a plan that you follow on an ongoing basis. Do not leverage trade. We've seen the high number of leverage in the market, and the institutions can see that leverage too, and they take advantage of that leverage. As I said, they can push the market up and down, and they can take that money from you very quickly. As I said, plan your trades. Write your trade out. Write in when you're going to enter. Write down where you're going to exit. Write down what your risk is, where you're going to get out of the market. Do not try and time the lows and the highs. There's a saying, and it goes like this: do not try to catch a falling knife. I'm also responsible for trying to catch falling knives and also got blood in my hand. Do not try to time the lows and the highs. Buy into strength, and when you see higher highs on the candles on larger time frames, that's also a good indication that the market is moving in a direction. So once again, the important three parts here: education is key in an ever-changing market. It's very important. You need to be up to speed on a daily basis. You need to follow 2 or 3 top traders on social media, on YouTube. And keep it simple. Don't try and follow 10 different traders. Each trader has got a different strategy. Each trader is going to give you a different view on what the market's going to do. It's going to confuse you. Rather 2 or 3 traders and make your own analysis of it. And then, very important, being part of the community. Our small community that we've got, we've seen the benefit that we have got out of it in the last year. Especially in the last year, we've seen of late of some, even last week, for example, where some free coins became available. And it's so important to be a part of a community where you've got a whole lot of eyes looking at different aspects in the market and reporting back and keeping people abreast. So community is very important. And then last but not least, most important, protect your capital at all times. So don't think that you have to be in the market at all times. Staying out of the market is also a trade. If you feel that your capital is at risk, do not enter a trade. Protect capital at all times. Thank you.
Thank you, Jason. And as always, then, ladies and gentlemen, what can I say more? Our subject matter expert on crypto trading on the Crypto School, preparing us for crypto trading in 2022. And Jason, I would like to concur, the market is totally different than what we left it last year. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, Donnie. Absolutely. As I was saying, it's an emotional roller coaster at the moment, and we expect more of that into 2022. Donnie, you're going to come back to me around the markets, what we see out there with the charts.
I'll be with you in 1 second. Allow me to just clarify. Carl has sent me on WhatsApp, there's the Crypto School, an author, someone that created a page to scam people. That's a direct copy of our page, but it's an author. I will go ban them after this call. I cannot do that on my iPad while I'm busy with you. I have to go onto the computer. But I've deleted the message that came up on Facebook saying that there's a New Year bonus and we have 50 BTC to give away. And we all know that's not true. But please don't ever pay your crypto to any scammer on our page. They always try every week. They try every week, we go ban them. Then for that week, they banned. Facebook is not interested in keeping them banned. They like the numbers. So unfortunately, please accept my apology. Thank you, Carl, for alerting me to that. Jason, let's get back to you and your charts. Please share your charts with us.
Sure. Tell me if you can see my screen.
We can do that. Thank you.
Awesome. So what I've got here is the Bitcoin charts, and it's on a weekly basis, and it's on the exchange called Coinbase. Now, the green line here, you can see the date at the bottom, the 4th of January last year. And as I mentioned, we started at the beginning of January at 28K. We moved up to the 12th of April to 65K. And then the price came down by 50%, right down to 28K in June. It moved up from the middle of July, and we hit an all-time high in November of 68,000. And since that, we have seen a drop-off. We did have a Christmas rally from I would say towards the end of November or so, a bit of a Christmas rally up, but the market has dropped off sharply. So in essence, if we just have a look at the chart for the 4th of January, 28K, and right now at 42K. Yeah, 42K last year was on the 8th of February, around there. Sorry, before that, actually, towards the end of January. Bitcoin, if you look at it, if you're an investor, we've gone sideways in Bitcoin. But if we now go to look at crypto bubbles, and tell me if you can see the crypto bubbles.
Yes, we can.
We've got crypto bubbles on a yearly chart here, and the top 100. And we've got here some massive numbers. And Donnie, you're going to have to help me with this number here. We got here, what's this, 20,466,823% on Shiba. Almost Zuma that. Safe Moon, 225,000. Gala, 28,000. Actually, 13,000. Luna, 9,000. Phantom, 9,000, almost 9,000. Sandkin, 4,000. And so what I'm trying to say here is that is just a reflection on the sort of the top 10 coins. and you can see some massive gains in these coins. Even though Bitcoin went sideways, we can call it going sideways for the last 12 months, there's been massive opportunity out there. So even going forward now for the next 12 months, there's going to be massive opportunity in certain coins. As I say, being part of this community, following the top traders, we could possibly have opportunity to get into these coins at a lower price. If we go and look at Bitcoin, I'm going to just focus now on these yellow blocks here, and I'm putting it now onto a line chart, and you can see, and I'm going to go to the daily. Let me just push this up, and I've marked off the drop that we had in May, and I've numbered the peaks, and I've numbered the peaks since our drop off here from the beginning of December, and you can see how correlated they are, the two yellow blocks. And we can see how the institutions and the whales are accumulating Bitcoin over the certain number of weeks. And how similar this is unreal. We can look at number 5 here, and after number 5 peak, you can see a drop off to a lower low. And you can see what's happening here after number 5 here, we are dropping off here. Very similar indeed. Going forward, you can obviously use this back test to see any accumulation for this year too, just reflecting on what happened in the past. If we move now back to the candles and we go to, say, the 4 hour, you can see that we had a bit of a drop off this afternoon that has reversed back up again. What I think is going to happen here, and it's a personal view, is that we're going to drop further again. And if we have a look at these candles here on the 25th and 26th of July, you can see that we went straight up here. We only had a retest down to 37,000, but we haven't retested down to lower levels here. So I think we're going to come down and retest and capture liquidity. So there's a whole lot of whales wanting to buy in this area down the bottom here. So there's liquidity waiting. So I think we're going to drop down into this green block here, and it could be possibly a week down. So we will have a drop down. We would go up. We would retest, come down, create a higher, hopefully up from there. So that's the expectation, what's going to transpire. So I expect a drop down for the next 2 days, a bit of a recovery on Wednesday, so Wednesday, Thursday, then a drop down into the weekend, and then up from possibly early next week. Now, there's something I want to share with you here, and it's called moon phases. And I've shown it to you last year sometime, and I just want to show you what's happening here with these moon phases. So the blue dots is called the new moon, and the white dots are called the full moon. And if we go and back test this, and we can see multiple times where prices move down from the new moon to the full moon. There's been lots of instances where it's taken place. Obviously, there has been instances where it hasn't worked out, but majority of the time it has worked out. Now, once again, we can see we had this new moon in the beginning of January, and what has price done? It started dropping off. Full moon is only on the 17th of January, which is next week, Monday. And I don't think we're going to move up until there. So that is just a view from our side. So the other chart that I want to show you is the total market cap for crypto. We unfortunately lost the $2 trillion mark on the 7th of January. We have gone below it. You can see in the past there's been very, very strong support. We did come down and test this blue dotted line here. You can see there's been a bit of support before. We tested it this afternoon at 1.85. If we go into smaller time frames, you can see we have gone up slightly, but I think the next support is going to be at the 1.75. Expectations to come down later on this week down to 1.75 trillion. The other chart that I look at is the stablecoin chart, the USDT. This gives us an indication where money is flowing. Is money flowing out of coins that move into stable coins or flowing from stable coins into coins that move. And you can see that how it's moved out of coins into stable coins from sort of people have got scared and moved into stable coins ever since then. So levels that we should be testing, we need to go into the weekly chart and just look a bit of history from last year, July. You can see we're right up to levels, but that was when Bitcoin is at 28,000. I don't think we're going to see that. We could possibly go to around a 4.5 or a little bit higher than that level. And then, as I say, the crypto markets become very correlated with the stock market. I tend to look at the US 30 and the Christmas rally. You can see started here towards the end of November. It moved up. Let me just go into the daily chart here. Moved up at the end of November, and we can see we started dropping off from the beginning of January. And I expect us to once again to come down and test this trend line and find a reversal there. You can see that the stock RSI is moving down. The RSI is nowhere near oversold territory yet. I expect the stock market still to trend down, possibly this week, down to this trend line again. And then the last thing was the Fear and Greed Index. And what I want to show you is currently find ourselves at 23 in the extreme fear territory. Warren Buffett says you mustn't trade like a herd. We must be greedy when others are fearful. And when the herd is greedy, we need to be fearful. But what I really want to focus on is on the chart at the bottom here. And I've gone to max. So I've gone through to history till February 2018. And what I want to show you is when we get down to these lower levels where the fear is around about 10, what happens is there's a lot of accumulation from whales and they start pushing the market up. So as I said to you earlier, we need to start trading like whales. We find ourselves down around about 16 to 10, and we need to be looking at buying into strength. And once we see candles on the higher time frames getting higher highs.
Oh, and Jason, and yeah, it's so good to see you talking about the markets and what is transpiring and how you see it. It's always insightful the way that you present it for us. So thank you, Jason. And I trust that there are one or two on this call that found new hope and found new courage. And I've just had a WhatsApp from someone that's not on the call. He's aware of the fact that we have Crypto Talk now, but he's in his car driving. And he just said, I've opened my wallet for the first time in the new year. After the holidays, he was abroad for holidays. And what happened to the market? Jason, I will allow him to listen to you tomorrow morning to just see where we're at and where we're going. So thank you for those insightful comments there. Last comments from you, Jason.
Johnny, so as I said to you earlier, even though Bitcoin, we've seen Bitcoin go sideways for the last 12 months, there's still opportunity in the market. There's still coins that are moving, and I just want to make sure people really understand that they need to be part of a community. They need to be following the top traders out.
Cool. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate you and what you contribute to our community. Now, next on the call tonight, we have what we call a young gun, a guy full of energy, a guy that knows his stuff. He's only in crypto for under a year, but he knows his stuff and he's been training and helping and assisting loads of people into the crypto market, none other than Andre Smith. Andre, welcome, good evening, welcome to this call, and thank you. Every week, Andre is just coming to the call and tell us about something that he learned in the last week. So Andre, now you can tell us what you learned in the last month.
Yeah, good evening, guys. Earlier I said to him, Donnie, young gun sounds like a rapper name. So I'm not going to rap to you guys, don't worry. My English isn't good enough. Anyways, yeah, Happy New Year to you guys. I'm super excited for this year. I think it has a lot in store for us. And we just have to get better and educate ourselves. So actually I thought about what can I share? And this is actually something that blew my mind. And Umdani, I don't know if any one of you guys have heard about a story about if you can fold a paper 50 times in half. Have you guys heard about that? If you can fold the paper. So if you could have done that I'll quickly share that with you guys. Let me just move my screens around here. So it was like, it's really mind-boggling. So I'll quickly share my screen here. So I'm just going to type here, folded paper 50 times. So listen here. In fact, if you had a sheet of paper and folded it in half 50 times, how thick would it be? The answer is about 100 million kilometers. Now, for you guys, I don't know if you guys can see that. 100 million kilometers. That is crazy, guys. So imagine that is, well, oh, sorry, whatever. So imagine that with your portfolio. That's the compound effect. If you can just fold it in half 20 times, that is crazy. Like it would, which is about 2/3 of the distance between the sun and the earth. So that is super crazy, guys. I just wanted to share that with you guys to get you guys excited. Crypto has a lot in store. There's so many ways to make money, and there's a lot of scams, obviously. That's why we are here and the community is here, and yeah, that is super exciting. And then another thing, I don't want to go into our subject matter experts area. Can you guys see my chart?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, I removed it. I just wanted to show something, and this is not, I don't want to sound smart or whatever, but while we were sitting here, I was just going around here, and something I want you guys to see is with the RSI. Let me just move this around. So with the RSI, you can see there we had a bottom, and this is on the weekly, and there it was at the bottom. There we had another bottom, and it was there at the bottom. And look where we are now with the RSI, guys. We are almost on this trend line, so that's really close. I don't think the bottom is in yet. I think we might go a bit down. So that's just something I'm checking. And on the 2 weekly, it's basically the same, but it just has a bit more to go to get to that bottom. Look where that bottom is there. So just something I'm checking. I don't want to go to that charts and take all of Marius's time. And yeah, thanks guys.
Cool. Thank you, Andre. And it's a privilege to have someone with your energy and your worth and learning at the pace that you're learning. It's a privilege to listen to you every week. And thank you, Andre. We appreciate you and what you contribute, and for the amount of hours that you spend to get the knowledge. Then tonight, last but not least tonight, we have the Crypto Wealth Coach, Marius Adams, in the room. And Marius, without further ado, please share with us. You always share something about day trading, and I don't know what you have for us. We don't collaborate or talk about that before the time. So where are you at?
Thank you. It's great to be here. And I believe we're going to have a great week. Daniel, yes, I closed my laptop on the 16th of December. I watched the signals, guys, and there's a lot of great trades that went by me. But I was sitting on the beach and watching the waves. And I always say the market is like watching the waves, because the market always goes up and down. And if you miss a trade or a coin that goes up and down, don't worry about it, because there's always going to be next waves coming. But my strategy this year is more training and education. Now exactly 5 years in crypto. I started in January 2017, and what I can also elaborate or just say that exactly the same as Jason is that we need to be plugged in a community, and it's great that our guys have the community calls every morning at 8:30, and I'm personally going to be in there more, because I can see the value that we get out of that. So yeah, Daniel, I'm still on diamond hands. I'm still checking out the market before I'm gonna enter again. That's all from me.
Cool, thank you, Marius. We appreciate that. And yeah, it's important for those guys with diamond hands sitting on them. It's sometimes easier said than done. And I'm definitely one of those easier said than done. Allow me to just show you one thing in conclusion for this evening, and that's, remember our website. If you go subscribe to the free stuff, you will get the free information, the free stuff that we load on a weekly basis. It's all our calls, but I want to scroll down and I want to just show you our 1-year professional program where we have 5 coaches in the room, a life coach, a business coach, an implementation coach, a waymarker coach, and a mindset coach. So you have 5 coaches that talk to you 15 minutes every day, Monday to Friday, for 1 year. So you have access to these coaches every Tuesday at 12 o'clock. There's a live call where you interact with the other members, and we have 100 people that's either participating in this 1-year program or completed it already. And Jason is one of those. But we have an opportunity with this 1-year program that you can really add to your life and to get vision, to know where to go, to get the life coach to help you and assist you to be the best you. And to start this year and to make sure that you get 2022, we have cut the price by 33%. And it's only 9,995 Rand with 5 coaches, not 1, not 2, 5 coaches in the room for you for 1 year to journey with, and just to help and assist you to get the mindset, to help you as a person, to help you with your business, to help you with your goal setting, to help you with the implementation, and to help you getting this all right, to be the best you in 2022 and not allow this year to just idly pass by. And welcome to those new ones on the call. I've seen earlier Stephen Bradwell, you on the call. Stephen is one of our newest or most recent people that joined the workshop. I've seen someone else here earlier, which I see it's not on the call anymore. Maybe I just missed the name at the moment. But yes, that's part of what we do at the Crypto School. It's part of how we build into people's lives. And that 1-year program was created in COVID in 2020, the first year of COVID, and is successfully running with 100 participants through it or busy with it. So ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I'll go to each one of our participants tonight. Thank you very much for your contributions, guys. And we'll say thank you. And we'll conclude this evening. And we start with Jason. Your last comments with regards to where we're at and where we're going in 2022.
Yeah, like I said, Donnie, you have to be part of the community, follow the top traders. There is opportunity out there, and I'm looking forward to 2022. I see opportunity. I don't see any red candles. I see a lot of green candles that we need to take advantage of.
Cool. Thank you, Jason, and thank you for your contribution. We look forward to what you bring to the table next week. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Monday coming, 8:30 in the morning, we start with the morning call for this year, for 2022. We start on Monday coming. So for those of you that's already part of it, look out for the call. For those of you who are not on that call, reach out to me or to Marius, allow us to help you to see what you need to do to become part of that morning call, part of the community. Andre, last words from you for the evening.
Yeah, guys, it's a new year. I'm super excited. And what I want you guys to know is there's a lot of free stuff on YouTube, and there's a lot of stuff that influencers say and stuff, but they get you confused a lot of the times. So get guys like Donnie, Jason, and Marius that is super, super smart, and everything they say is really good. So get some guys and follow them. Don't make yourself confused with a lot of stuff. And this is a new year. Set yourself goals, educate yourself. And one thing that's really important that Jason said is to get your plan in order before you trade. Set your TP zones. Don't let the market's emotions get you. And set your stop loss. Okay, if it gets there, you're out. Thank you, guys. Exciting for the year.
Cool. Thank you, Andre. Yes, don't allow the market to play with your emotions. Trade with a plan. Marius, last comments from you, buddy.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I can just urge you, don't go into this year without clear-cut goals. One of my job in the Crypto School is the Waymarker Coach, where I teach and assist you to set goals on all areas of your life. Take this 2022 by the horns, and let's make a huge success of this year. Thank you, Daniel.
Cool. Thank you, Marius. So, ladies and gentlemen, in absence of Brenton from Binance, thank you, Brenton, for what you contributed tonight. Thank you, team. Thank you for everyone that's been on the call. Without you, it was not possible. Have a blessed evening, and I wish you green candles for the rest of the week. Have a blessed one. Bye-bye.